Okay, hello everyone, what's up?
Hi everyone, hi all.
So, me and Suhani are the host for today's session, Developer Spotlight, as you can see. Also, we are vice presidents of GeekRoom Society.
Welcome to the Developer Spotlight session. So let me just first introduce about what GeekRoom and the Developer Spotlight is. So GeekRoom is a widespread coding community with over 25,000 active coders nationwide. The main objective is to create transparent community where people like us share their ideas and help each other to grow. As this is our first developer spotlight session, so developer spotlight session is a bi-weekly session by GeekRoom held on Saturdays from 7 p.m. onwards, where students like you showcase their work and learn together. So if you guys are learning something new, building cool projects or improving their skill or facing an issue while studying or any project, so you can share over this platform with others. So why would you join here? So presenting here help you understand your concepts better, improve your skills, build confidence and getting feedback. And also the main important is gain visibility to your work. So don't think that you need to be an expert for these. You just need to be curious about what new things are coming up. So guys, so keep your cameras on, stay engaged and feel free to ask questions. So with that, let's begin today's developer spotlight session.
Okay, I guess that's so cool, Suhani. So, let me first introduce you guys with the doc we prepared for only for the session. Uh, in the doc, you can find the link in the announcements or in the resources. Ronak is pasting the link in the chats, and also we have the attendance column in the doc. You guys can mark your attendance there. You can leave comment of your name with the year following ERP. Also, we have the spotlights here. We have Ayaan who is presenting on AI agents and MCPs. I guess that would be so cool for the first session. And also Aarav. Aarav is also delivering a great amount of knowledge here. Manika is presenting on the code conventions, how to write a clean and readable code, which is so cool, I guess. Or also, this thing is pretty nerdy, I guess. And also, we have the feedback and suggestion column here, where at the end of the meeting, you guys can leave a feedback here or make the session more engaging. Okay, and these feedback also help us to grow and learn better for the next upcoming session, which is on 2 weeks later. Yep, Swani, 2 weeks later now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
also,
almost 17 days.
yeah, that's great, I guess. We have the Geek Room YouTube channel here. Sorry, I didn't subscribe from this ID. ओके मैंने अभी सब्सक्राइब कर लिया। तो यहाँ पे सारी के सारी अपडेट्स आ जाएंगी, एंड सारी की सारी अभी जितनी रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है वो सब भी यहीं पे हम अपलोड करेंगे। You guys can find the link in the chats. Also, let's move on to the register link. Sorry for the inconvenience. Ronak, can you share the form link? Yeah.
So for the upcoming session registration, you can just fill up your form to
Okay,
the next spotlight presenter.
where do you paste that?
If you guys have any question, we will be there to answer in the chat. You can drop your questions over chat.
Okay, here is the form. If you guys are interested to give a bit of a session on any of the crazy or nerdy topic you have. You can fill this form ahead. Uh, if you are from our college only, just mention the ERP and all the required things here in the form. Uh, Also mention the LinkedIn ID, and I guess here we are ready to start the session. Suhani?
All right, moving on to our first developer spotlight. So we have Ayaan with us. He will be talking about AI agents in MCT. I think this would be a great topic for all the AI enthusiasts and how AI system actually works behind the scenes. Ayaan, will you share your topics and start presenting?
Yeah, Ayan, you can take over.
It will be more good if you will explain your topics to the audience.
My topic is artificial intelligence and multi-agent systems, and also want to explain the MCP, which is Model Context Protocol, in this PPT. So, what is an AI agent? So, AI agent is a smart software or a smart engine which can sense some information. It acts automatically without you having to control every step. It can interact with people, execute tasks, and do many things, and even talk to other tools or programs. Think it like Alexa. Alexa is also a kind of an AI agent which responds to our voice and delivers our response. So there are many types of agents. AI agents are organized into three core types, which are LLM agents, workflow agents, and custom agents. LLM agents are mainly centered around the large language models. Uh, Regularly, we are using LLM agents like ChatGPT, Google, Gemini, and all. Then there are workflow agents. Workflow agents mainly don't come in our eyes, but they are doing the main work behind the main agents. These agents are used to control how tasks are executed, such as deciding the order of execution or running task queries. Like an example of workflow agents, like there are three types of workflow agents: parallel, sequential, and loop. We are going to discuss in later. And there are custom agents, which are certificately altered for businesses. Custom agents. So LLM agents. LLM agent is an AI agent whose core intelligence comes from a large language model such as Gemini, GPT, or Claude, or Perplexity. These agents are very good at understanding human language, reasoning over text, and generating meaningful responses. LLM agents are commonly used when the task involves thinking, understanding context, planning, sketch, or explaining things in a natural language. Unlike rule-based systems, they do not follow fixed instructions only. Instead, they analyze the input and decide the best possible response. So, on the right side of the screen, real-world examples of LLM agents. A chatbot like ChatGPT is an LLM agent because it understands questions and answers them in the human-like language. A coding assistant is also an LLM agent. So, a very famous coding assistant is Blackbox AI, which runs on LLM agent because it reads code, understands the logic, and also suggests improvements. So, workflow agent. Workflow agent is an AI agent that does not think or reason but instead focuses on controlling how tasks are executed. Its main job is to manage the order, structure, and coordination of other agents or tasks. Workflow agents are used when the problem requires organization rather than intelligence. They ensure that the tasks run in the correct order, at the correct time, in the correct pattern. So, types of workflow agents are sequential, parallel, and loop agents. Sequential workflow agents. Sequential workflow agents execute tasks one after another in a fixed order. So, sequential agent executes tasks one after another in a fixed order. When you need tasks to happen in a guaranteed specific order, you can use a sequential agent. This agent acts like assembly line, running each sub-agent in the exact order you list them. The output of one agent automatically becomes the input for the next agent, and this type of agents are used when the each step depends on the result of the previous step. So, so the previous agent would be very useful for the next agent. So I have an AI example. So if we create a document processing system through sequential workflow agents, Agent 1 will read the document, Agent 2 will summarize the document, and Agent 3 will check it. Each agent depends on each other. Parallel workflow agent. Parallel workflow agent executes multiple tasks at the same time. When you have independent tasks, you can run them all at the same time using a parallel agent. This agent executes all of its subagents concurrently, dramatically speeding up the workflow. Tasks do not depend on one another. AI example. So, in a smart assistant, one agent fetches weather data, another agent fetches news, and another agent checks calendar. All the tasks run together and simultaneously. In these agents, speed is the most important cause they do not they do not take another specific time. They all result once. Loop workflow agents. So loop workflow agents repeatedly execute the same task until a condition is met. This type of agent is used when repetition is required. So if we create a like a story builder, like if we prompt create a story on create a story on a cartoon. So if we do not like the story which the agent prompted, we will tell that give another story. So in that case, loop workflow agents are used. A loop workflow agent runs a set of sub-agents repeatedly until a specific condition is met or maximum number of iterations are solved. This creates a refinement cycle, allowing the agent to improve in its own work over and over. So here comes the interesting part, Model Context Protocol, MCP. MCP is a standard way for agents to connect with external tools, data, and services in a structured and safe manner. We can understand MCP as a database or a tool which fetches data for the AI agents to responses. Think of MCP as a communication bridge. It helps an AI agent understand what tools are available, what data they can access, and how to use them correctly. Without MCP, every tool integration would need to be coded separately, which becomes messy and difficult to manage. So without MCP, we have to command again and again to fetch the particular data the agents want. So MCP ensures that the AI agent does not randomly access tool. It follows a clear path. What the tool does, what input it needs, and what output it returns to the user. Why MCP is important? MCP is important because modern AI systems are tool heavy. They just don't chat. They fetch data, write files, and search the web and perform calculations. With MCP, tools are usable, systems are modular, agents become safer and more reliable. Think of a restaurant menu. Customers don't go into the kitchen, they order the item from the menu. Like MCP is also a same kind of thing. MCP, hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
The agent can only use tools listed in the MCP, keeping things controlled. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayaan. You really shared some useful information, and it's really cool that you are using LLM and also understanding how they works and also about the different things you have discussed, MCP workflow, and that's really cool.
Thank you.
Aarav, are you ready?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Tom.
Yeah, sure.
Ayan, you explained about sequential LLM and parallel models, workflows.
Yes.
So I just want to know that when I'm running the AI model like ChatGPT or Gemini, so is that LLM running the task concurrently or is it running sequentially? Like what is that?
So in an LLM, the tasks are divided into sub-agents. Like sub-agents is a different kind of thing, but they all categorize into one agent, a main agent. The main agent is ChatGPT. It it mainly combines of sequential, parallel, and loop workflows in a main agent, which is ChatGPT.
Okay, alright. So it combines it and then executes this task. Yeah,
Yes.
cool. Thanks for sharing.
The screen is on you, Ayan. Oh, sorry, Aarav.
Hello, am I audible, visible, and my screen is presenting?
Yep,
Hello.
yep.
Yeah, it is visible.
Oh,
You don't need to ask, just directly share your point out of Pepsi.
oh. So hello everyone. My name is Aarav Goyal, a fellow coder friend of yours, and today we will be discussing about what is front-end development. It So what is front end? It is a part of the website which a user sees and interacts with. Basically, when you visit any website, may that be Amazon, a multi-trillion dollar company, or just a local website, something you made with your friends, it has front end. Front end is includes structure, design, and interactivity. The three core technologies which are followed in HTML are a markup language, a cascading language, and a programming languages. Generally, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's talk about detail in for each of the following. HTML. What is HTML? HTML, like I said, is a markup language. It provides a structure, a base, I would say, to the website, like adding buttons, paragraphs, headings. Now the key concepts here, as you can see, are tags, attributes, and semantics. These we will be discussing later on in the hands-on. And I have even added Mozilla Developer Network references for the curious people out there who want to explore more. As you can see here, I have added an example code. H1 stands for heading, with heading having four different variations, ranging from H1 being the biggest to H4 which being the smallest. Then there is a paragraph tag, which defines the paragraph within the website, and the button tag. And below is the output generated by this particular markup. Now let's move on to CSS. CSS is like the skin of a body. Similarly, in a website, CSS manages layouts, properties, colors, spacing, fonts, and everything related to that. So, similarly, as you can see in the example codes, CSS, what it does is it tells the HTML that the properties that have been attached with the tag. Like for example, in H1 tag, as you can see here in the HTML, it is telling it to create the color blue and align it to the center. Similarly, there are requirements with paragraph and similarly with button. Similarly, we have JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is a programming language which adds interactivity and logic. It responds to button clicks, triggers events, and manipulates HTML and CSS dynamically using concepts like events and DOM manipulations. It being the nerve system of the body of the website. And as you can see in the example code as well, it a function is created and then DOM or document object manipulation is used to manipulate the HTML and CSS of the website. On click is an event listener that detects when a button is clicked and triggers the event, in this particular case the greet function. Now let's move on to a hands-on about basic building a simple calculator. I hope my VS Code is visible to all of you. Now I will be creating three files, one for HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now what we will be doing is creating a very basic and a simple calculator. Now in this particular case, first we will be generating the basic doc structure of the HTML file. This here defines that the file is HTML, and we are in this particular case using the latest version of HTML, which is HTML5. It's telling the language in which the website is used. And in the head tag, we are telling it about the metadata of the website, including the title, and as well as now I will be adding a metadata for style as well.
Aarav, sorry to interrupt. Can you zoom a bit?
Let me.
Yeah, perfect.
So now I have referred to the CSS style file which I created, which right now is empty, but we will be modifying it later. First, we will be using the heading tag which we saw and creating a heading. Now, what I'll do is I have the live preview option to show me the whatever changes I am making directly and without actually opening the browser again and again. So I will be using that. Now we will be creating two input tags of number 1 and number 2 and taking that. And as you can see, my extension is auto suggesting recommendations of what, trying to understand what I am trying to create and what not. Now we will add buttons to the website. Now, right now these don't do anything in specific, but right now we will be using referring to the script which right now is empty, but again we will be writing more of in this. Now that this is simple, this is just the basic bare bones structure of the website. Right now, if I enter anything in this website and click, nothing is happening because this is just the structure. Now, first we will be designing the website, making it look a bit nice. What I did was changing the font family to Arial and aligning everything to the center, and making a margin of 50 pixels from the start of the browser, from the start of the web page to the when the text is starting. Similarly, there are other commands as well, which I will be pasting and explaining. Like here in the input, we have changed this and the design. Similarly, enlarging the buttons. This is what the final website will look like. And let me explain all the tags that I have used here. Firstly, being the font family, which tells the font, which particular font you want to use in that particular tag. Then margin, text alignment, padding. What is padding? Padding is the distance between this particular, the start of the text box to when the placeholder data is starting, placeholder text is written. So if I were to increase the padding to, let's say, 50, you will see that the buttons have increased. The buttons have enlarged and the distance between the text and this has increased. Right now I will do it, take it back. Similarly with buttons, there is padding, and here different padding have been used for left as well as right, and margin and border radius. Border radius being the, let me just show you what border radius is. I can see it's making the button more round. If I were to, let's say, properly show you a difference, now right now these are oval, but earlier they were not. They were just rounded around the corners. Similarly, we have background and color. Background being the background of the button and color being the text in the color in which the text is written. Like here, you can see multiply is right now black. I will convert it to white and it is shown side by side on the app. Now this is what the final websites look like right now. Now let's move on to JavaScript. Now let's define the function calculator. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes,
Oh,
Aarav.
I lost it, but still. Okay, I lost the connection with that. As you can see, it's asking me, it's auto completing right now. But I let it auto complete because it is generating the correct options. As you can see, we are taking number a variable, declaring it right now, and at the same time taking the input from this particular text box. And we are also declaring the result as a variable. Now we will use the switch case in case add, subtract, multiply, and no, we do not have to use add, we have to use a plus sign here, and this will return. So this is the code generated, this is the code created right now. And now what we are doing is this particular line, this is known as the process of DOM. We are manipulating the HTML and make and showing the result created using that, showing the result directly on the website without actually changing the HTML. And now let's run this once and see whether we are getting. Well, and 4, and I want to multiply them, so I am getting the result right now. So what this is doing is, if I were to tell you the flow for this, it is taking the values here using these input tags and then passing them on to the JavaScript here in num1 and num2 variable, and then fetching the button that is clicked and calling the calculate function, which is explained in the script.js, and doing it on the basis of the operators chosen and getting the result. Now let's move back to the slide. So the key concepts here I highlighted were DOM, that is document object model. JavaScript here interacts with HTML via this. And what it does, it allows the JavaScript to manipulate the HTML and even CSS without actually changing the code physically. Similarly, event like on click mentioned before and even used in the hands-on, what this allows is it tells the JavaScript that a button has been clicked and perform the action on depending on this. Similarly, dynamic update is it is updating the result was shown without actually refreshing the website. So this shows that it is updated dynamically. The action items, what we did right now was the number one first step, that is building your own calculator using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you guys want to explore more in this, you can try adding more operations, improve layout with Flexbox or Grid, and experiment with JavaScript in browser console. Or in once comfortable, explore softwares like React, not software, but plugins. Now closing. If at this point you can build a simple calculator by in just 20 minutes, what can you design once you have experted, once you have learned this front-end development properly? So now I'll leave these are the references of Mozilla developer website. I'll show you a few of these and what these are. This is MDN, a website referred by even top developers. What it does, it gives a complete summary of what HTML is, what CSS is, and tags about it. So you do not need to remember everything that is being told, that is being used. You can refer to these anytime. And now I leave the floor open to questions from all of you. That's all from me.
That was really nice presentation, Aarav, and the live demo you have shared is very helpful. And everyone who's starting with their web development journey can build this small projects that really help you to clear your concept like Aarav. And he also shared about the ambient doc, and that is really cool to go through these docs to clear your concept, and don't try to just remember all those tags you have learned, all those css and commands you have used in js. You just go through the docs over time whenever you are building with the projects. And I hope everyone got some useful key takeaways from that. If anybody have any question, they can ask from Arav. Arav, any other information do you want to share?
No, that's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Arav. Manika, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, guys, we have Manika with us, who will be talking about how to write clean and readable code. Let's get started, Manika.
Hey everyone, I'm Manika Sharma, one of the spotlight of today's session. Thank you all for joining the session today. So, before starting the session, I want to ask you a question. Are you a programmer or a pro programmer?
Pro programmer.
And how can you define yourself as a pro programmer?
I guess by using Prettier.
Okay, good. So today's session is not about giving titles, but about building a mindset of writing clean and readable codes.
It means after the
So
session of Manika, we all will be pro programmers, right, Manika?
yes, I can say.
Cool though.
Okay, so let's begin with the session. So here the creator of Python, Guido von Rossum, told that codes are written like a prose. So means they should be naturally flow. Okay, so developer should get the just by the view he or she could get the to know how the code is working, because codes are not meant only for machines. You are writing the codes for human, for your client, for your teammates, so or for your future self. So code should be self-explanatory, because the person who is viewing the code should not get the mental stress. So why the code clean code matters? So the clean code matters because they are fast for understanding, easier to debug, and better maintenance, and this also reduce maintenance cost. And you are working with so many developers, so your team will thank you. And for your career growth, you won't judge anyone, but your seniors developer would judge you by the quality of your code. Before I started my programming journey, my code used to look like this. The names are not, the variable name is not well defined, but after diving deep into the ocean of programming, my code used to look like this. So after seeing the difference, this happened because I follow these principle of clean code or these tips. So the first is use meaningful names. So the name of variable or your function should tell the real intent of the code. Because if you write some um, difficult name, it would, if matlab your if your logic is not clear, means the code is working your function or variable is doing so many things. So first clear your logics, then name the variable. And function should be named after verbs. Like if I am working on a function which update the record, so I should name it update record. Okay, and the variable should be named after nouns. Naming conventions in every programming language, naming convention remain the same. So the first naming convention, camel case. In this, the first letter of the word is in lowercase and the rest are in in uppercase. Then we have kebab case, in which all the words are in lowercase which are separated by hyphen. Then we have snake case, all the lower words separated by underscore, and we have a Pascal case in each in which each word start with a capital letter, including the first one also. Then we have the principle of dry. Don't repeat yourself. Repeating yourself will also increase the bugs, and repetitive bugs will lead to confusion, and mm, you will have to work more on that. It will be time consuming and cost consuming also. And the next we have KISS principle, keep it simple and stupid. Keep this principle tell you to not over engineering the concepts to solve, to give a solution to a problem that exists, not to the solution which not exist. So keep the solution simple and use fewer lines, because fewer lines can sometimes lead to a good code. After using this KISS principle, this is how my code looks like. So there are some core practices you should do to be a pro programmer. So first is keep function small and focused. According to simple responsibility principle, it says that one function should have one responsibility, or we can say one functionality. Like if I'm working on a place in which I have to update the data of user and then store it. And if I'm doing it under same function, it will lead to confusion and I can't name it like update records and save it. No, you have to avoid ands. So for that, you have to break your functions in by separating them according to their functionalities, and then you can name it easily. Then we have to use simple and clear logic. Simple and clear logic are like plain English, easy to understand. You have to prefer clarity over cleverness. Then use meaningful comments and documentation. Comments should not be obvious. Like if I'm using a for loop, I can't comment like using for loop for iterating the list. No, I should tell why I why this something is happening. So code should never be obvious, and use documentation, because you're not working always with a techie person. Maybe you have to work with someone who has a little bit of tech background or no tech background. So documentation help those your teammates to just know what the your code is doing. And the last thing is, which I have seen many times, my other fellow coders also do this, they forgot indentation. And this can even lead to undesirable outputs. So after practicing all the things, my code look like this. It is clear. I have used proper formatting, indentation, and clear variable and function name. And at the last, I want to say that codes are more read than they are written. So make it clear so your time can be consumed, because if we sometime we used to name that so casual like T for total cost. So it will save some seconds for you, but it will cost hour later. So make it more readable, professional, and this is. And that was that will I will conclude here. Thank you for all joining this session.
Thank you, Manika. That was really helpful, and that's so true that we most of the that's so true. Most of time we focus on writing code, but missing this small detail leads to the code get messy. But after your tips, that makes our code to reach to the next level.
Thank you.
And congratulations, guys! Now we all are certified code programmers by Manika.
Yes, obviously.
I think now it's time to take the questions from the audience if they have any, and our spotlight presenters are ready to answer their questions. If you guys have any question, just unmute yourself and ask them.
I think we don't have any questions, but for me, I really learned a lot in this session, and like how to write presently in readable code. Monica, I would like if you can also share the name of the book that you are referencing as well in the chat.
Okay.
So guys, here's a humble request to add your attendance in the Google Doc. The doc link is shared in the chat above, in the voice text chat only. Rona, can you share it on the general also,
Already.
or maybe in the resources? Okay, you already shared. That's good. So guys, go and mark your attendance there. Okay, that's good. Ayaan and Kriti, Hardik. Who's that? Devil's Back and this 57575274. Do we have Mahesh sir in this call?
Yeah, that's 57575274 is my.
Okay, cool. And guys, please add the feedbacks in the form, as the feedbacks will be very helpful for the speakers Manika, Aarav and Ayaan to improve themselves for the upcoming sessions, and for the also for the learning. That's good. We have some geeks from the community, not from the queue. Also, you can add the feedbacks in the Google Doc directory. Is there anything we have left, Suhani?
I'm just thanking Ayan for this session. It's really nice
Welcome,
to
welcome.
understand how LLM works. You don't know, you are just using them and you didn't understand how they really works behind and all the MCB part. And I will really go deep down in these topics to understand more about it.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Actually, this is a
I
great
think we can.
session for everyone to share their knowledge.
Mahesh, sir, do you have any feedbacks? Would love to hear that. Yeah, so alright guys, see you in the next session of the Developer Spotlight that will be happening 2 weeks later on 17th, I believe, right, Swani? And if you want, you can register in the Google form for the speaker and tell us about your topic and whatnot so that you can share.
You can also found the link in the resources.
Yeah, definitely.
if you missed something and if your friend also wanted to see this session, we have also added the YouTube link over the doc. You can just check it out after the session. That will be really great.
Yeah, it will be uploaded in 1 or 2 days.
Okay, I was on mute and I was not able to unmute myself. First of all, I would like to thank to the team uh, and your initiative I have seen today, and it was my first time to join you all. And I was not aware of this particular tool very much, so I tried and see. You can see my ID is something different 57575274. I was not able to, so I will take your help so that I can make my ID proper, right? And I have seen these two students of first year are very confident, and it doesn't seem that they are new to the system. I think they can take this chapter ahead. So uh, I would like to thank once again for keeping this uh, chapter technically, virtually alive and vibrant. And I think you as a team working to the goal of this particular chapter. And I find and I hope that this chapter would grow and will help uh, all the students who are part of it. And I want that after 3 to 4 to 6 such events, please bring them all together for all BCA students so that they can see what you have learned and what you can deliver as a colleague or as a friend, as a classmate. And this way, this particular chapter will grow, and sure, this will make others to think that why should I am away from this chapter. I also take part into it. I must present myself, whatever I'm having. I must present. Only then I will be able to learn uh, what is good in me and what I can add on to it. Right. So and today I find most of you are very presentable, and it seems very professional talk, right? And in near future, I would also try to be on camera. Uh, Today, I'm not in a position. I'm not in that look at that place where I can be there. But sure, in next talk, if I find time, I would be there on camera. Would be there to comment, to help, to support, to guide you all. So thank you so much for bringing me here and for keeping this chapter vibrant, right? So thanks to the all the presenters and the crew member of this chapter, right? So it is a very good initiative taken by you all, and I hope this will take a longer path in future also.
Thank you for the beautiful review, sir.
And I think Aarav and one more
Ayaan.
student name is Ayaan. You both have potential using this particular part. I find that you are more sincere than others. You are focused on learning. Take these 2 3 4 seniors like Ronak, Swati, then Suhani, and this is the first time I have joined this particular talk or this online session, but they were there on regular basis. I think it is almost 6 to 7 months or beyond that when we have started this chapter.
Sir, it's maybe 5 months.
5 to 6 months. But this journey is growing on daily basis. I find something on the group, some initiative is taken, some alerts are there, right? So it is, matlab, it is in a self mode kind of thing. Okay, so being a regular is a kind of, you can say, in a self driven culture na, that we must follow, right? We must follow, and that build your outer character also. किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है कि वो आपको आपको आपकी पर्सनल स्पेस में जाए, वहां जाके आइडेंटिफाई करे, जो दिखता है उसी के बेसिस पे लोग एक इमेज बनाते हैं। तो अभी जो मुझे दिखा, आई फाइंड इट वेरी वेरी गुड, और आई होप यू कैन ब्रिंग सच टैलेंट टुगेदर। जैसे आपकी क्लास में है या मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट में कुछ बच्चे हैं, तो ट्राई टू कनेक्ट एंड ट्राई टू make a group of such people who can contribute to this chapter and take this chapter ahead, right? आपके सीनियर्स ने बड़ा अच्छा काम किया है, and think on or it around 1 year, and I think 3 directors, right, to get
Yes.
the NOC that okay, we are ready to open this chapter. The third director, ma'am, when came, Dr. Seema Gupta has allowed us to create such chapters for the students. So continuity is very very important. Okay, so from my side, I'm very very happy to see you all, and I would take a screenshot and I would like to share it on my BCA community. I don't know, yeah, I have got it. तो थोड़ा सा आप, ये मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ, प्लीज क्रिएट अ ब्रीफ अबाउट इट कि ये क्या था सेशन, और फिर मैं इसके साथ ना मेरे पर्टिकुलर हैंडल पे BCA कम्युनिटी पे शेयर कर दूंगा। मैं एक स्क्रीनशॉट लिया वो आपके ग्रुप पे शेयर कर रहा हूँ रौनक के साथ। रौनक, आप इसके साथ कुछ ऐड ऑन करके मुझे वापस भेज देना, सो दैट मैं इसको एक शेयर कर पाऊँ। कुछ इमेज वगैरह। हाँ हाँ,
Yeah,
ये
sure.
ये फोटोग्राफ जो भी मैंने आपको शेयर किया है, प्लस वो फ्लायर और थोड़ा सा 4 to 5 लाइन का हाईलाइट की क्या क्या इसमें हुआ। ठीक है,
Okay, sir, I'll send that.
ठीक है ना, एंड आई विल डू इट ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस, and very soon I will take the permission of director ma'am. I may be sharing it on IOC, that official group of all faculty members, so that they know that some initiative is taken by the student and it is working and it is active also, right?
Yes.
So thanks to all of you once again, being nice free member now and taking this
Thank you so
flight
much.
to the newer heights. So from my side, Ayaan and Aarav दोनों का नेम ए से ही शुरू होता है, so you can lead, right? They are in the फाइनल ईयर, आई थिंक सेकेंड ईयर से कोई और बच्चा है क्या अपने पास इधर इस
Yes,
टीम
sir,
में?
Manika भी है.
मनिका है ना?
Manika?
मनिका भी अच्छी बच्ची अभी है करंट में।
Yes, sir.
तो मनिका ने भी आज कुछ, आई थिंक उसका भी सेशन था ना?
Yes, sir.
आई मिस्ड हर सेशन, सो देखता हूँ कुछ यदि इसके रिकॉर्डिंग वगैरह है तो एक बार मुझे भेजना।
Sure, sir. We'll share you the link in 1 to 2 days. Yep.
या तो ठीक है, सेकेंड ईयर में कोई और भी है सेकेंड ईयर से?
Sir, in next session.
In next session there will be, in current
So more
session only
students.
Manika is there, na?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so
Well
much.
done
Sir.
team, right? Well done.
Yes, sir.
Alright, guys, too many claps, and that was really great. So, alright, see you on 17th for the developer spotlight session #2.
Only in just 2 weeks.